All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am DDO's community manager, Cordovan, and I'm going to be with you for the next hour, hanging out, having some fun, doing some Q&A. We'll have the latest news as well, and then I'm on Argo, going to be running a little bit of Sharn Part Dos. And that's the plan here for the next hour or so. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. We do have a little bit of news, not a ton, but the main thing is we have a patch for tomorrow, and that patch is going to be basically what I mentioned at last week's show for the release notes, with a few things that have been removed. I'll go over the release notes here in just a little bit. Also, we have the Snow Peaks event starting. That starts tomorrow, and I will have the end date and some deets as to what to expect there as well. Also, quick note that Hardcore, what season are we on now? 5th, right? 4th? 5th? Gosh, I'm an idiot. How about I look that up? Anyway, this is the final weekend for that. Next week is the end of the Hardcore. Season 5! Jeez. Season 5. It ends at 1 p.m. Eastern on February 1st, 2022. We're actually doing something a little bit different in that we are marking an official cutoff date. Well, actually, I guess we've done that in the past, but 1 o'clock Eastern. February 1st is, if I recall, next Tuesday. So this is your final weekend to get what you need done on Hardcore. Good luck to everyone. Hope it's gone well for you. How did it go for me? Well, I died unceremoniously and stupidly, despite Samus Garobo's best efforts to keep me alive. I did hit 1750, though, this season, so that's pretty cool. But I did not hit level 20. Next time, it'll get done. So, all right, no Pac-Man fever this week. That's right. I got the green screen up. When does Hardcore Season 6 start? Well, I can't break the news on that. I'm going to have to leave it for someone else to announce, but I will say that it's not going to be immediately. It'll be a little bit later this year. So that's what I can tell you. It's not going to be like a month from now. It's going to be later in the year before we do Season 6 of the Hardcore League. And currently this 6th season of the Hardcore League is intended to be a full-length season. This one we cut short by a month to just kind of see what impact it would have. I think we're going to go with 3 months for Hardcore Season 6. I don't know that we're going to be offering those footsteps again. I mean, we kind of brought it back this time, did we not? So we'll have to see if we do bring them back again. Someone's saying in the forums the VIP 10% XP bonus ended early. Is it supposed to run until tomorrow, Thursday morning? I don't know. I was of the impression that it would go until Thursday morning, but it, I think, was on the schedule as ending today. We'll have to double check that, though. Why was this Hardcore League a month shorter? Well, in part because we have other things we need to do in February, including our anniversary. So we didn't want to split up our priorities too much. But then also it was really just a matter of we wanted to see, is 3 months essentially the right amount? And so we thought we'd, since we were doing a redux, as it were, of Season 1 this time, we thought it might be also good to test what happens if we make it shorter. So, calendar and desire is the main reasons why we did that. I have not heard of any plans to mark the 5th anniversary of Reaper, sorry. Thanks, Matthew. Yes, wow, old school, going old school. Someone's coming back to the game and just discovered DDOcast and discovered that, yeah, that was me. That was me up from 2007 to 2010 and beyond. It was an honor to do that. So, have we made a decision on the length of Hardcore? No, I mean, yes, but no. The general season I don't think is going to change. I think we're generally looking at about 3 months, 90 days or so for our Hardcore seasons. I don't think that we saw overwhelming feedback one way or the other this time around that like 2 is better than 3 or 2 is dramatically worse than 3. Although we definitely saw, there's that couple page forum thread at least about extending it by another 30 days. And I've got a few PMs of people begging me, hey, can we just give me another month, man? So there we go. Am I a founder? I am technically not a founder because I started in June of 2006 and the game came out in late February of 2006. So I would have had to have been playing then in order to be a founder. So I'm not a founder, but I'm founder adjacent. June of 2006 was a little while ago. A couple of things have happened since then. All right, I'm just old. Yeah. Good to hear, Wild Bill, over on Facebook about Augment slots returning. Sorry you have a bug there. Do we not have video? Do you not have video? Are you not seeing video on Facebook? So I am doing something different. I was messing around because, I've been having some frame rate issues in the last 6 months. And so I went and kind of did a top-down look at XSplit. And one of the things I've done is I switched over from H.264 encoding to NVIDIA H.264 encoding, using basically the graphics card specifically. I didn't know that it was actually set to software H.264, so I swapped it over to see if that might actually explain why suddenly I was getting a worse frame rate than that on my stream. So I guess we'll really see what I'm questing here in a little bit and running around, whether or not it's made a difference or not. But it's my hope it has, because if it has, then I'm back to streaming in 1080p, and that would be nice. All right. Let me get to just a little bit of more news, though, before we do. Let's see. I mentioned hardcore. Let's go to 52.1. So the release notes I mentioned last week, pretty much the same, with a few exceptions. So first off, it'll be released, well, assuming that the build from overnight checks out in the next hour, our plan is to go live tomorrow with update 52.1. That will debut the second new season of the Snow Peaks Festival. The old Snow Peaks event where you're sliding down nice and easy is still going to be there, but we're doing something a little different as well, and that is that we've put together a challenging version. Last year when we saw people like, that was cool, can we try one that's actually tough? So, a dev heard that, and said, Dev was like, ooh, they're telling me to make something difficult? Let's see what we can do here. So the idea of this second Snow Peaks challenge is it's much more difficult than the first one. It doesn't mean impossible. As a matter of fact, I have a feeling people are going to be beating it on minute 1. But it's definitely going to take more skill, like Mario platforming style skill, than the other Snow Peaks. The other thing about the new Snow Peaks event, and I don't want to spoil too much about it because I really just do want it to be a surprise, but one of the things, because it's a little bit more difficult, it has a kind of a teleportation system, like a checkpoint system essentially. Sort of a hacked checkpoint system. So that if you do fall and need to go back, you'll go back to the start, but then you can speak to the NPC there to get teleported to the most recent checkpoint you've crossed. The reason it's got checkpoints is it's pretty long and pretty difficult, and it's expected that maybe not everyone's going to get to the end. But we'll see. We'll see. We've said this before, where we're going to make content that's really tough, and then players are like, pfft, tough my hiney. That ain't tough at all. But we'll see. Will we not? So that'll be happening tomorrow. And if all you care about is the stuff, you can just run the easy thing from last year if you want. But we're going to see what it's like. So hope you enjoy it. That debuts tomorrow after we go live. It'll be live with update 52.1. And what do I have? I have it running through February 20th. So that would be shut off on the morning of February 21st. So that's the Snow Peaks Festival. Tomorrow. Otherwise, I would just say for a couple of release notes, I'm not going to go over the same list I went through last week. It's pretty much the same. I will say that, sadly, we had to pull the bit about Artificer, Iron Defenders, and Druid Wolf Pups. We're redoing the kind of the way that they acquire benefits as they level up. and kind of get rid of the old having to spend into an old enhancement points tree system. The hope was that that would be ready for 52.1, but it just hasn't quite gotten through all the QA process yet. So that'll probably be the next patch or maybe the patch after that. But otherwise, the notes from last week, up to and including like being able to use block to drop like you don't have Featherfall on if you have Featherfall on, and being able to dismount from your mount while in midair, and a few other things as well. Some server performance work. We are doing some work that should help a little bit with bank deposit lag, I guess is how the community would describe it. Sort of essentially a loading issue. And then we're also making some work in this patch for background event processes to aid server performance. That doesn't mean that much to you, but to an engineer, it really just has to do with optimizing what's running in the background. Some adjustments are being made to increase the bandwidth available to players to improve general game performance. We talked about this last week, and that is that there was kind of an old bit of code that hard capped the amount of bandwidth that you would use. And the vast majority of players never ran into that cap. But we did discover, as part of our lag investigations in recent months, that some people were running into that cap. So we've lifted it. So for those people, let's just say specifically raids, if you're in a large raid group where you got a lot of data going back and forth, things like that, you might. Hopefully it'll make a difference. Now, I will say we went live with this last week on Lotro kind of as a test bid to see what the impact would be. And unfortunately, the overall impact was, in terms of kind of player-facing impact, fairly minimal. But we also, because this really impacts larger groups, and Lotro's rating performance has a whole bunch of other things involved, I'm not sure that we got really great feedback in terms of what actual impact this might have. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more impact publicly on this one. But at the very least, behind the scenes, like when they actually run, say, latency checks and all that sort of thing, it is a cleaner curve, as it were, than it was prior. So whether it makes kind of a visible difference, I think is still a little bit up in the air. But definitely it makes a difference in terms of optimizing our overall game performance kind of behind the scenes. So it was definitely something to do, even if it hasn't kind of had that hallelujah moment that we were maybe hoping it would have for, like, say, raid groups and things like that. Anyway, that's going live tomorrow, so we'll see if it makes a difference there. We very much would like to hear your feedback, especially if you're, say, like, raiding over the weekend or something like that. It would be a great time to know has any of the kind of hitching, stutter stepping, some of the other things. Now, there's a whole bunch of causes of that, right? So, this isn't going to solve raid lag, but it will help stand it down, if you know what I mean. And that's the intention anyway. All right, so I think that's really the main bit. We do have a little bit of work going on in Von 5 with monsters now updating correctly in the monster manual, and we've lowered the damage of the Claw of Vela and Ice Flensers, hit points, and stats. The Genie will now not use the Whirlwind form anymore, which is a little weird, but okay. And then we got some Epic Destiny stuff and all that. That'll be released on DDO.com later today. I'll have the release notes along with the downtime probably late this afternoon after we've had a formal meeting to make sure that we're ready to go tomorrow. I think that is the big news. I don't know. I forgot to call up the calendar. Let me do that here real quick while I'm scrolling through chat and see what we have to talk about there. Will the Hardcore After Party be different this time? What with the early transfers available? Well, the Hardcore Party is really only ever all really meant to be just a way to get your stuff off the Hardcore server before we wipe it. I don't really see us doing a lot of difference with the After Party for Hardcore Season 5. I think it'll probably be similar to 30 days and then we'll shut things down. But we'll see. I will actually nail that down the specifics before we close it next week and let you know. But something like probably at least a couple of weeks. It's probably something like a month to get your characters transferred off of the Hardcore server. Okay. Oh, yeah, Kalari, I would love to run with you again someday. It's been a very long time since I've run with you. Over on Twitch. Nice to see you. I don't have anything to announce in regard to the ability to gift DDO points. Sorry, that is something we'd love to do in the future. Why did we change the way the Iron Defender was upgraded? Mostly because the way it was done really predates the new enhancement system. And by that I mean new as in 2012 new, or whatever that was. So the way Artificer Iron Defenders, you had to level up their enhancement points is really old tech. And not particularly performant tech, among other things. So besides just general quality of life experience, it's a much cleaner, better system behind the scenes as well. So I think that that's ultimately why we're doing that, is to... It's not... I mean, it's not just for, like, optimizations. It's really a quality of life thing. But it doesn't hurt on the optimization side either, because it was using particularly old enhancement tech, if I am correct. And I believe I am. Alright. Be careful what you wish for, Snow Peaks. Well, I mean, the idea is it's going to be fun. But it's probably going to be more fun if you like the pit. Than anything else. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I can tell you, I've been checking it out. So has a players' council, and it's been going well. I like it. There are new items for Snow Peaks as well, new rewards. So pretty groovy. Will Iron Defender still go brain dead when climbing ladders? Well, that technically, Craig, there's a release note to the effect that has been fixed in 52.1. I think I'm going to have to wait to see that one proven in a real-life scenario. But theoretically, yes. Theoretically, we've fixed an issue that was causing Iron Defenders to go brain dead after climbing ladders. Alright. I don't think that's going to fix the issue with the bank closing involuntarily. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what the cause of that one is. It's some kind of race condition that's been a thorn in our side for a long time. But it should hopefully help a little bit with just the speed of opening banks and such. Alright. Can I give more information about Update 53? We know the associated raid is Feywild. So will this adventure pack be located in Wynwood Hall? How will people get access to Update 53 if they do not own Feywild? Well, I can partially answer the question. I can say definitively that you do not need to own Fables of the Feywild in order to access... I'm trying to think what do we call it? Hunter and Hunted. This is theoretically the name of Update 53, Hunter and Hunted. So you won't need Feywild. You will not need the expansion in order to play the adventure pack, which includes the raid. It is an adventure pack, so it'll be free to VIP and available in the DDO store to everyone else. In terms of exactly where you access, I'm sorry to say I don't actually know that yet. My guess would be that it would be in Wynwood Hall, right? Because you can get to Wynwood whether you've got the expansion or not. But if not, then it'll be some other way. I don't actually know yet, sorry. But I do know that you will not need the expansion. It is a standalone adventure pack that takes place in the setting of Feywild. Alright. When you use block shift to disable feather falling, will it also affect light gravity effects? My belief is no. My belief is this is specific to the feather fall effect. Alright. No, you can't get there without the expansion? Alright, then probably the hut. Probably the hut, or maybe, some other place. I don't know. If you can't get there from Wynwood, if you can't get to Wynwood Hall without owning the expansion, then we're not going to be setting the new adventure pack in a place that you can't get to. So we'll have to figure that one out. I assume the content team already has it figured out, and I just don't know it yet. All right, let me head over to YouTube. Any chance for Drunken Master coming to the game? People, that has come up periodically when talking about Monk, like enhancements, iconics, all sorts of things. The idea of a Drunken Master would be really, really cool. Would be really cool. Now, there is, I guess technically, what Drunken Master is a form of kung fu, right? And so I think there might be some. I'm not sure. It would have to be like a Drunken Master more than a formal Drunken Master, I think, in order to fit with D&D lore. But the idea of kind of a weaving and boxing type. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is Drunken Master 2. So I'm down for it. I'm down for it. But I have not heard of any actual concrete plans to do that. Other than that name gets bandied about fairly regularly when we kind of do brainstorming about what we might do for Monk someday in the future. All right. Range key generation would be great with shuriken and bows, please. I bet. All right, let me head over to Facebook before I get in game. Let's see. Generally, I've got that one done already. Are there plans to scale up hirelings, summons, and pets based on quest difficulty? Normal versus elite and Reaper. My dog needs Reaper points. No, I have not heard of plans to do that. I think well, I'm not sure if party scaling, I mean, hirelings do impact party scaling generally in an easier way than a formal human being in a party does. So to the extent there is still kind of remnants of dungeon scaling in that take place, technically it's true that hirelings and summons and pets might actually have some slightly different impact on normal hard elite. But for the most part, I don't think it does. So there are no plans to scale it. Some have said that auto-granting enhancements on pets is breaking the AI since you can't control what abilities they use aside from not taking it. I think that may be why it's been pulled. Because it went live on Lamania this week as a test, and it just needs a little more work yet. It's not quite ready. So I think that's what's up with that. That'll be taken care of by the time it goes live. All right. Have we considered a half-giant race implement? Something like a Goliath or something from 5th edition? No, I've not heard of any plans to do that. I mean, we have a slightly bigger avatar here with actually a half-orc. But not something like half-giant or Goliath or something like that. It's never really come up. In a PvP arena, your own epic destiny mantles can kill you when you infect yourself with the buff or the like. Is this a known bug? Probably not, David. I'm going to say the number of interactions of how destiny mantles can impact you in PvP might not be on our radar, so please do send in a bug report for that through help.standingstonegames.com. Will spears ever come to DDO? I don't know. Would I have thought that we'd ever have cloaks? No. Would I thought we'd have mounts? No. We have both of those things. Maybe we'll get spears and polearms and such someday. Can I give us a hint about the next race coming out? No. But I can tell you that work is underway on one. Alright. I think... Oh, the bonus. Let me get to the bonus for the week. And then I'm ready to rock out in some game time here. I don't see our bonuses listed yet. We're in the transition of into a new DDO producer and stuff, and unfortunately, one of the things that has been a fallen victim to that transition is early writing down what the bonus will be in a way that's making it easy for me to tell you on Wednesday. We're kind of just winging it for the next couple of weeks until the new producer sits down and puts together the formal calendar. So I don't know what the bonus is this weekend yet. Sorry. I'll have to get back to you. Last week we did whatever you wanted. So what do you want this week? Can't guarantee it, but try. There are a few spears currently using the Chieftain Spear. Yeah, I mean, technically we do have a few named spears in the game, but they're not really, like... What people are asking for, I think, is a new animation set, where you can, like, maybe combination melee and ranged, if you want to be formal about it, but something like that, where it's like, I don't know. Whatever. I lost my train of thought. Bonus Reaper XP or Mimic? Buddy XP. We just did the Buddy boost. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one through. Maybe we could do a loot boost weekend, though. Maybe a Remnant Hunter? Treasure Hunter weekend? Wait, new producer? What happened to the old one? Alright, I can talk about that. That's not really new news, but I can talk about it. No problem. So, let me, however, do my daily dice. So all of a sudden my game is looking pretty choppy on my monitor. I hope that's not your experience as well. My poor computer, man. I don't know what's different. I was running 1080p 30, no problem, for a pretty long time. Working from home here for COVID, and then something happened this summer. I'm not quite sure what, but something just suddenly happened this summer where all of a sudden I stopped being able to stream in 1080p, and I had to kick it down to 720 30. And I don't quite know what the difference is. Maybe it's a little choppy? Alright, well, I mean, ultimately, if it's choppy, there's nothing I can do about it now. Just gonna have to deal with it and then improve it for next week.
And who in Khyber are you? The gnome demands in a pitiless tone. The creepy gnome investigator nonchalantly gives you a head start, then goes back to work on the crime scene. What is really going on?
All right. So, let's see, what else should I mention? Didn't look too good. Oh, that's too bad. Kind of.
The air suddenly grows warmer.
A
draft rises from somewhere
There we
below.
go. Forge Wraith! Oh yeah, I was gonna bring out a higher. Little bit of healing backup for these Forge Wraiths, just in case. Let me take care of that quick. There we go. Alright. I was going to tell you about the producer, yes. So, we are in the... just about ready. There was a time where we were hoping to get it done for this week. It isn't going to be happening this week. But within the next week or so, the intention is to release our new producer's letter. And the producer's letter is going to also serve as an introduction for our new producer. So there we go.
Your recent encounters with an odd gnome inquisitive and undead spirits notwithstanding.
So I would expect maybe if we can get it done end of next week would be Would be great. I need to go to the bar. I can't remember where the bar is. Anyone remember where the bar is? Put over this way. It is, isn't it?
A searing gust blows over you, and you hear whispered curses in the air.
I have to admit, I am pretty map dense in general in video games, and I have to admit, I still get pretty confused with some of the maps around Sharn, as I can't even see my screen right now because of my lights. That was smart. So, we have, in terms of just, I guess, a little bit of history lesson for those who really don't know, we have not had a formal producer for DDO for a little while now. We have had a long-time producer in Sev, right? Our executive producer in Sev, but an executive producer is not a producer. They're actually different jobs and job titles. Oh, I really picked the wrong quest to do with spotlights in my face. I can't see anything. I'm gonna have to turn up my gamma or something. Anyway, so our last producer was Kokomo Jobo, and Kokomo Jobo recently, it's just kind of been pursuing some other interests outside of the games industry. And so we've been without a formal producer for a little while now, and we've been kind of splitting the duties among different roles depending on who needs to do what. But we've been hiring for a producer for a while. We had the job listing up and what have you. And someone's been hired, and that person is a name you may be familiar with, as I think I've already hinted. And, you'll get to find out who that is with the producer's letter here in the near future. Okay, I must be going. Let's try. Oh, I really can't see. This is bad. I might have to just drop my lights just to get through the quest here. How bad is that? I need a whole new computer setup. Alright. Doing better than I was. Alright. But yeah, I can't see crap. I will. I'll adjust my gamma a little bit here. This much. And the producer's letter, I will say this as well, rather than kind of being a whole year look ahead, we're little darker, but I can see now. So there we go. All right. Now, where am I on the map? This quest always confuses me under the best of times, so I guess I'm not too surprised that I'm a little map lost. But I should be able to find my way over. So bad. Like, covering over this way? Maybe? This is one where you have to run into the hag, I think, right? Eventually. Yeah, there's the puzzle. Yep. To tavern up the stairs, there's a door up. Oh, okay. So I need to go back to the twisty bit. Which is north. Really showing my jumping skills here today, am I not? Oh, actually, is that my stairs up? Yeah, there's my stairs up. Okay. Yes, this is where I fell down, so let's go back up. Do I want to go? I want to go on that, don't I? Yep. Yeah. Guess I'm just trying to... This isn't right. This isn't right at all. I will get to chat in a second. I've got somebody on YouTube begging for help. Let me see what the heck you want. I can't do it in the middle of fighting though. Sorry. All right. What do you want? Let's see. Okay, you do have a ticketing issue, I see. All I can really say about that is they are working through it. I don't have the ability to make the ticketing process go faster. I will say that we have hired another CS agent. That person started this week. So, you know, we're making progress, but we have to go. Okay, I feel totally lost in this quest. People are trying to give me trying to give me advice to get to this tavern, but unfortunately I'm still not seeing it. I feel like I'm pretty dense, and I apologize. But not getting it. People are saying to go up from the center platform. Okay. So that would mean going up around this thing. Oh, drop there and run through? What do you mean by that? There is a tower near the circle platform I am on, with a symbol above the door if I look down. Okay. Thank you. Out of the way so we can find this door. Keep going around. Not on center platform. Okay. So, I mean, there's the stairs down. That's where I just was, right? It's not on there, right? Go up and over. Okay. So this platform. This platform. Okay. Now, look for a face and a door. I wish I had a better way. I wish I was just better at not doing this. Is that it? That's it, right? This way, right? There we go. Oh my god, I did it. Kind of.
This must be the place where Evan went for a drink. Perhaps the bartender has seen him.
Yes, now the woman dressed in black. Now, I need to... Oh, I gotta ask patrons yet. Alright, now I'll find the woman in black. And she is down below.
You turn to head outside, only to find a man standing in your path. He beckons you over.
I know, I bet I totally had people pulling out their hair on that. I was so sorry for being so frustrating. All I can say is I did my best. Yeah.
A steady gust of wind pushes you away from the enchanted construction site. No doubt it's a clever way to avoid liability for accidents.
If I recall, the lady is over... this so yeah, she could spawn in a few places. I know that she can be a little tricky. Find. In general, I have had best luck by kind of looking for puzzle. I can remember where I put that puzzle. There, not there, not there. Okay, puzzle.
You come across a
Sorry, I am not going to try to solve that puzzle.
ruins.
I'm not good enough.
Still gleams with the magic of a Shan long vanished.
I would actually go with the community comments on this one that I've read over the years, that it would be kind of nice to not have to hunt for her sometimes. This tricky quest, man. The tricky quest. I am not seeing her. Alright. There she is. Alright. Cool. I mean, you're standing right over a grate. I kinda... just saying. Ah! Go. Sorry, Aaron. You're on your own, man. Ah! Can I do this? I'm totally gonna die here. Shoot. Alright, let me think about this a second. What do I need to do? Where's my healing? Ah! Bad timing. There we go.
Strange. What's a treasure chest like that doing in a place like this?
Wouldn't be doing that on hardcore, would I? Yeah.
You find
I'm still
yourself
kicking
in the
myself
center
over my
of the
second
vast
or third
tunnel
hardcore
snake
death.
beneath the
The one
city.
that kind of ended my journey, where I was just like, you know what? I can't.
The
I can't.
mysterious
I
Hazard
can't.
Cannon has a
I can't do
home
anymore.
somewhere nearby.
It was just me being so gosh darn stupid. I just can't stand how I ended it. But what do you do?
Look what the cat dragged in. The crouching half-orc barely seems to be paying attention to you. How's the weather topside? Ash de Fairashk, bounty hunter, is having... Ash the half-orc shouts down the hall. Huh? One of these lights just came on. Nice job, pal.
And that is the way I came. Okay. So one of the lights is on. And I'm actually going to use that shrine quick, get my rages back. Alright. Apparently I like chicken yodeling. I do like chicken yodeling. I unironically think Takeo Ishii is a genius and is criminally underappreciated by the world. I mean that in all sincerity. I'm not joking. I love Takeo Ishii. I think the dude is awesome. What do I feel like I'm missing? Totally missing something. What am I missing? There must be another lever. There's another lever I'm just not seeing. Where would that be? Oh, there we go.
Ash de Therashk bellows down the hall. That's the second night. Just one more to go.
Okay, so there must be one of these that I'm just not seeing. Not one in there. Not one in there. Not seeing one there. Seeing one there. I already got the one in there. And now we're back behind the pillar. Under Rust Monster in Rat Room and in a random alcove. Okay. So I got the Rat Room, and so I'm probably missing, and I got the random alcove, and so I'm missing the Rust Monster one. Now, I fought the Rust Monster. It was not in here. This was the Rat alcove. So, then, if I fought the Rust Monster... This is actually up here, wasn't it? So is there one, like, behind the pillar here, maybe? Yes. Okay.
Huh? The secret door just popped open. You did it. Ash de Therashk calls down the hallway. You should probably investigate.
I have not had a problem logging out. I'm sorry that I have not had that same issue. The tunnel looks dangerous. Okay. Oh no, not another one of these. Okay. Actually kind of like these slidey bits. I think they're pretty cool. Which is good. Snow Peak's coming up here. See, after tomorrow, you could hold shift down, right? You're probably hearing my cat going meow, meow, meow. I don't know what my cat wants. Sorry. Actually, I think I do know what my cat wants. My cat wants me to go to Walmart and get different cat food than the cat food I purchased, because the cat food I purchased is not the right cat food. Of course, my cat has no idea that I went to Walmart, and because of the pandemic, we had all this panic buying, and it was an absolutely empty freaking shelf for cat food, except for 3 cans of giant-sized cat food that no cat likes, which is why it is the only cans that were left. I had to buy it for her anyway. So she's like, what the heck is this stuff? Where's my food, man? What are you doing? I thought we had an agreement here. You do everything I tell you, and then maybe I'll be nice. If you have one character that particularly will not log out and you have to close the client every time, I would think that there may be an issue with the data size of that character. So, assuming you've never used, like, say, stacking benefit cheats or anything like that, probably what's going on is your character is just has got too much data and it's kind of hanging up or dramatically slowing down the archival process when you log out, because you'll take a snapshot essentially and save it. And it'll do that when you close out too. That's kind of what the client's hanging when you just X out, right? But that would be my guess. And as for a solution, I think CS would have to probably be involved. So hopefully you can get in touch with CS and they can take a look, see what's going on. And if you ever caused it yourself by doing some kind of stacking cheat, well, not much. Maybe. I don't know. But not that I'm accusing you of doing that. I'm sure you didn't. I'm just saying it has happened. That's pretty cool. Not much use in my barbarian here, but I'll certainly stick that in the bank. And once again, the timing's looking pretty good, so we're just about ready to wrap up. What are stacking benefit cheats? Those are cheats that over the years people have found a way to sort of, I don't know, erroneously provide unintended benefits to your character. And that stuff tends to not get cleaned up very well when you log out, which is why you can cause some problems. So, do I go back later and read all of the comments after I'm done streaming? Generally not. Generally, I do keep up with comments during the stream. And if there's something I need to follow up on, I usually write it down during the stream itself. Alright. Proof. Let's see you log out. Yeah, I can log out. Sure, why not? Yoink. So at this point, it's basically taking a snapshot, doing its thing, and then boom, back to the character select, and then boom, exit game. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Much appreciated. I will be back next Wednesday with more on the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. We'll probably show off snow peaks and whatever else we might want to talk about here as well. We've got some cool things happening, and we're nearly into February, which is our anniversary month, our 16th anniversary. We do have a producer's letter in the works and some anniversary stuff and some big announcements. I think that'll be set for the month of February. So thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. And you can find the full schedule over on twitch.tv/DDOstream. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.